Hi, it's Xavier, and you all know where we are. We're at the patio, and I'm just trying to beat the storm clouds. I've got to get these ginkgo done. There's about 8 or 9 of them, and I think the last time you saw them was a video. Yeah, I did a video nearly a year ago, probably the same sort of time, when I wired this one up and just did some basic pruning. I don't actually intend to be doing anything particularly exciting with them, I don't think, but then I've said things like that before and that's always changed. So I'm literally just going to be doing some bud selection and going from there. This one will probably get repotted at the end, but I'm going to do the bud selection now because I think we're going to get rain before that can happen. And I'll talk you through them if there's anything of interest as I go through them. The only thing I'll say about ginkgo is it is prehistoric. So its recovery system, the whole way it works is slower than a lot of what we get today. So when you get wounds on ginkgo, they take forever to heal. If you get wire marks on them, they take forever, if at all, to heal. And generally, as I say, when you cut back to buds, you've got to be aware that they may not actually respond as you hope. So I tend to wait for them to be nice and green before I make choices on pruning. But apart from that, treat it like any of your other deciduous. So let's crack on, shall we? Okay, this first one you definitely would have seen. I wired up all the branches, and I think it'd be fair to say that it didn't really respond in that way. I can tell now that a lot of the things that I wired in have come back in. So this year I'm going to be a bit more selective on the buds, with a view of getting the direction I want from there. And again, the thing to remember is that they tend to grow in what we call a flame direction, so they'll be out then going slightly up. So we're not going to be going against what the tree itself wants to do. Give this one a spin. You see we've got lots of lovely buds on it to select from, but I'm going to do a bit of thinking on this. And originally this was the first one I was going to try and do something different with. It hasn't responded. No matter how you look at it, there's got an ugly right angle. I'm going to make a decision straight away on that. Just be totally sure, but I have actually had a little bit of success with just straightforward cuttings on these, so I will put that one in some soil. I put this little branch in there to try and get a bit of separation. Hasn't really worked. Clean up some dead roots. Now to really think about it. So far I'll leave that stub there, clean up a stub from there. Okay, so here we've got 1, 2, and then behind it, just here, we've got a third. So I'm definitely want that. Here we're going to have something coming out there and there, so we'll let those go. Looking behind, one out there. Dead stub there, that's a pain. So we've got one out there and then another one out there. So in this case, take that lower one. I might see if I can. Just doesn't take wire. What will happen is if I try and wire that, that will basically sling back in. I think I'm going to bring it down quite a way actually. We've got a little bud up there, but we've got 2 there, nothing there. I could actually get rid of that. On here, potentially got a bud there, there and there, so I'm going to go back. Now often what you'll find is, because it takes so long for that to heal, you've got to be prepared for it to go all the way back to that bud itself and actually kill that bud. So you'll die all the way back there, which is why I tend to like to have at least 3 options. So if it all goes well, I'll get all 3 of those responding. Worst case, it'll just be this one and this one back here. So again, I've got 1, 2, 3. Worst case, I've got those 2. Oh, sun. That will affect the camera. I'm just debating about whether I do just try and... Nothing till there. Okay. That's a nice buds up the top there. I'm going to try and wire it and see what happens again. I want that to be bending that way, so I need it to be coming around. Okay, there's a little bit of movement away, and at least it gives a separation from there. That's very, very thick, so there's nothing I can really do with that. That's thinner, I might actually get something from that. Okay, well, I've ended up wiring it, haven't I? I just needed a bit more wire to try and get this a little bit away. Okay, that's as far as I'm going for now. It's a slow process. I may well next year look at it and try and get a little bit more, but I'm trying to take it out and then we'll see if the main one comes up here and up here, with these coming out here and stuff coming out here. Okay, so that's Ginkgo number 1. We'll give it a spin. Shapes, at least it's got a much nicer nicer clump shape. That may get removed. Okay. Just trying to create a bit of space there on that one when that goes up. That one will never wire. Okay. Let's go to the next one, shall we? Okay, this next one, very, very interesting shape. I'm actually going to, haven't really decided where I want to go with this. A lot of, it's quite damp under there. So let's see if we can get something spreading out that way. We've got 1, 2 buds out that way. Might wire that out. Got a bud there, which is going to be perfect. Got buds on here. Gonna reduce the height, I think. It's a tough one where to know where to go with this one, because this, again, very, very straight, so you're limited by what you can do. Gosh, that sun, wow. Yeah, I think that is the right decision. One, two. That's a great big horrible knobble, so we will want to get rid of that. Interesting, I want to see if this one comes out. I really want this one. Truthfully, I'm looking at that. And that and that. Okay, as always, I go a little bit further than I thought. Still trying to establish a primary structure for this, to be fair. So that's where we're going to go, see which buds come up, and definitely want that back branch. Interesting roots though, I love the roots. Probably looking at the front, I don't know. So we've only got the one bud on there. Who knows, I could end up taking that one away actually. We'll see. That one will do for now. Okay, this is one of the oldest ones I've got. Not in terms of age in that, but in terms of how long I've actually had it for. It's always had this sort of S shape to it. Obviously, what I've discovered is it's very hard to make an elegant literati out of these because of the way they grow. But that's my aim here. So first thing we need to do is just clean off this moss. So where do we go? Give it a spin. We've got lots of new buds up here, but that is so stiff there. I'm never going to be able to, I might be able to bend it down and hence create that literati I'm talking about. It's quite a massive length there. I'm wondering, do I get rid of that? It's very uniform all the way up there. I'm not sure how much decisions. Am I going literati? If I am, then I get rid of that. I don't think I'm going to get much bend on that, to be honest. That's gone. Don't know how if we take that away, it's how that develops. There's lots of budding there that can bring stuff down this way. So this is definitely one I'm just going to watch. Really, that's an anchor at the moment, and we'll see what happens. May become useful. That's too hard. And as I say, such a distance between there and the next bud. Looks like a bloke like this now. I've absolutely no idea where this is going, so I'm going to leave it at that before I end up breaking these things off. Sometimes, especially with trees which start off with no real identity, and I've got very few options on it, it's often just fun to see what comes each year and organically let it develop. But we'll see what happens with the buds. We'll see if the wire takes. We'll just see then. Okay, this next one, nice big thick trunk. We've actually got a bud there, and I know there's this horrible swelling, but be interested to see if we've got lots of buds from here, because I might even bring it right down. So they clearly do back bud sometimes. That's taken a while. That's taken 3 years to start to heal. But there's a little bud coming there. I don't know if you can see it. Just there. That's coming up. We might well get one there and there. These aren't greening up though. I was very unsure where to go with this before, and I still am, to be honest. Got lovely 3 buds up here, and if I get lots of buds going, then I may get something further back down. Obviously it's very, very two-dimensional, which makes it really difficult. Part of me is tempted to remove that. Stiff, very stiff, very stiff. Do I get rid of this one to try and, or do I let all those buds go up and try and get a bit of height on it maybe? Maybe with that might be. Could be an argument that that gets cut there. It's just they don't heal well. Let's just do some straightforward pruning. I've got 2 buds there plus that one there. We'll get rid of that one. I'm wondering whether I just get rid of that. Okay, this one sort of defeated me. I'm very, very limited in the options I've got. So I'll wait and see how those buds come out and maybe look at it in the summertime when I get a chance, probably June, and see what we've got, and maybe I'll be able to do a few more things with it. In the meantime, if anyone else has got some ideas, feel free to let me know. Nothing spectacular. Probably put on the back burner for another year. Okay, next one. Nothing great about this one either. I'm not sure whether that's a sucker on that or not. I don't think so. I don't think it's... No. There you go. So what have we got? We've just got that. Let's see what happens. It's quite stiff already. It's had wire on it. There's obviously the wire scars from it. We'll see how these all come out. Maybe a bit more wire. So, bud there. Better than nothing. Not the best bit of attachment. That should really have gone all the way down. But we'll see. No idea. Okay, Ginkgo number 963. Again, another one that the truth is that's going to have to be really cut there. What's interesting is I've got a bud there now, a bud there, bud actually in there as well. I'm going to keep bringing it in. I want that to go, and I want that to go. That's the first time I've seen that bud. That bud could be really useful. That was actually the wrong move. I should have taken that inside one off, but okay, this is definitely about just reducing the height on it. I want to see, I want these to come out. This is what I'm looking for. Not sure about that. If I get something decent from these buds here, that could be the future for this tree. Not a lot to look at, but sometimes that's it. Just keep going each year, see what you can do. Next, they just get worse, you know. Got these straggly little things here, coming from the base down here. So either get rid of those. This goes a long way. First bud's there. That's about the only thing I can see doing is wiring out. I think that's what we'll do. Okay, so wired up. This is pretty ugly down there. One's going to go at some point. But if we get... Oh. So we... Oh. I don't know. I wouldn't even know where the front is, to be honest. Let's just create some funky shape, shall we? That's better than it was, I think. What it's going to turn out to, I really do not know, but we'll go for that for now, shall we? I mean, I can see that being removed and just seeing what these two do. But for now, I'll leave that. Very interesting. Okay, we've got one more left to do. Okay, last one with the sun just across there. No idea what this one. I could potentially be going for a semi-cascade, except they don't really work. But either way, that means that I don't want that. There's a bud that'll go up. That's going to go up. Got a bud here and here. That could be useful. This one I don't think is much good. And then we've got two here. Not a lot of flexibility there. There's just one there, which I'm going to leave for now. And I'm just waiting to see if perhaps we get something up here. Who knows? So potentially we may actually have ourselves some sort of semi-cascade on this last one, but we shall see. So from Xavier, I think I've ginkgoed out. One or two of them could be quite interesting in the future. Another couple, we'll wait and see how they develop. These are probably the most interesting of the options, and certainly the one in the middle there is what I'm really looking at. As I say, they are a prehistoric genus of tree, so they're very slow in healing and they're very slow to grow. But we'll have a look at them again in the sort of June time when I do the post-flush hardened pruning and see what we get from them. Hopefully you've enjoyed my little fun with Ginkgo. I wish you all the best. Happy bonsaiing. God bless. Cheers.